Hey, Bones, guess what? Guess what? Guess what our next unit is? It's your favorite. It's the human body. Today we start talking about the human body. What the human body is made up of, what are the different organ systems that help keep us alive, and guys like Bones here, how they help us maintain homeostasis and get through our lives every single day. So here we go. All right. So human physiology, that's the fancy word that means we're going to study what the human body is made up of and how it functions. Okay. We're going to take a look at all of our different systems and how they fit together in order to keep us alive. So there's a couple different systems that we're going to go through. We're going to take it one day at a time. This should be good. Right, Bones? All right, Bones. We'll get to you later. Here we go. Before we can start talking about the human body, we have to know what the human body is made up of, okay? And we do know already that all living things are made of cells. Everything. If it's alive, it's made of cells, okay? Now, we've also already learned this year that cells have different shapes. And in the human body, their shape is what helps determine what they do for us, okay? So different shapes are better helping the human body do different functions, all right? So for example, red blood cells. Red blood cells, you can see down here at the bottom of our slide, okay? They carry oxygen to the body, and they're kind of like little Nerf frisbees or Nerf footballs. And that's important because they need to be able to absorb oxygen and nutrients and squeeze into little small places in our body at the very, very smallest parts in our body inside our arteries and veins and capillaries and things like that. And when they get squeezed, all that oxygen and nutrients squeezes out into our muscles, okay? Now, when it reinflates, it takes garbage out of our muscles and helps to get rid of it. So the only way that our blood could be able to do that is because they work kind of like little Nerf balls going through our body, transporting stuff through our body. White blood cells are a little different. White blood cells are bigger because they help us fight diseases and infections. So when white blood cells recognize that you're getting sick, okay, they're kind of like tanks. They go after the disease, they go after the infection and help you get better. Another cell that we have in our blood is platelets, okay? That helps in blood clotting. So if you get a cut, the platelets is kind of what the glue and the slimy, sticky stuff that starts to harden comes and helps you stop bleeding. So they all have different shapes, and their shapes help them do their jobs, okay? And that's what's important. It's kind of like a football team, okay? A football team, bigger guys are on your offensive and defensive lines. Faster guys are your wide receivers. Strong guys are your running backs. So depending on what your body is like, makes you better at a certain position in football. Well, depending on what the cell looks like, makes it better at doing things inside your body, okay? Now, when you get a bunch of cells working together, that's called a tissue. Tissue. Not the one that you blow your nose with. Nope, not that, Bones. Something else. Now, a tissue is a group of cells that look alike and work together, okay? And they're usually named after the job they perform. For instance, muscle tissue. It makes up your muscles, okay? Covering tissue. Your skin. Connective tissue. Your tendons and ligaments that help you connect different body parts together, okay? So it's not just the normal tissue that you blow your nose with. Tissues are a group of cells that work together. So far, cells make up tissues. Remember that, we're gonna come back to it, okay? Cells make up, what, Bones? Tissues. Cells make up tissues. Now, when a bunch of tissues get together and work together, they make up something called an organ, okay? So cells make up tissues, and tissues make up organs. And these organs do a special job. For instance, your heart. Your heart is an organ, pretty major organ in your body, kind of need it. It helps pump your blood, okay? So a bunch of cells that look alike are working together to form a tissue, and tissues are forming this organ that actually helps pump your blood, which is very important. Okay. Another organ in your body is a stomach. Stomach helps you digest different nutrients. So all these organs have to be able to work together. And when a bunch of organs work together, guess what it forms? An organ system. So an organ system is a group of organs that work together. And these systems work together in order to perform different functions to help your body maintain homeostasis. For instance, your circulatory system. Your circulatory system is made up of your heart, your veins, your arteries, your blood, and it helps transport or circulate stuff around your body. Okay. Remember what I talked about earlier when we talked about red blood cells. Red blood cells are carrying oxygen and nutrients and picking up garbage. Well, your circulatory system, that blood can't move throughout your body without help from the heart, help from your arteries. Okay, by carrying the stuff, by your heart pumping your blood through your system. So another example of a system is your excretory system, and we're going to learn about lots of different systems later on. Your excretory system helps things exit your body, okay? Like oxygen, carbon dioxide. When you breathe out, your lungs help carbon dioxide exit your body. Your kidneys and your bladder help you exit waste when you have to go to the bathroom. So organ systems work with a bunch of different organs in order to perform a function to help you maintain something we call homeostasis. So to review, bones, cells make up tissues. Tissues make up organs. Organs make up organ systems. Cells make up tissues. Tissues make up organs. Organs make up organ systems. Say it again. Cells make up tissues. Tissues make up organs. Organs make up organ systems. All right. So basically what we're doing right now is we're building a body. Now, what exactly are all these systems and tissues and organs doing for us? What they're doing is they're providing each cell with all the nutrients and all the oxygen that they possibly need in order to carry on those life processes, to keep us alive, to help us maintain something that we call homeostasis. Okay. Now, depending on what your habits are, if you have poor health habits, if you don't eat right, if you're going to smoke, your systems can shut down on you. Just kind of like if a system in a car shuts down, the car won't work. The car won't start. If the battery is dead, you're not going to be able to start your car. Well, our systems have to be kept healthy as well. So I've got a couple examples here. This yellow gook in there, okay, that's fat inside an artery. That's a clogged artery. So if you eat a lot of unhealthy, fatty foods, McDonald's and Taco Bell every day, everything like this, you're going to get a buildup of fat inside your arteries, and it makes it harder for the blood to move through your body, and it makes your heart have to work harder. Okay, and eventually, what that could lead to is a heart attack. If you know smokers' lungs, this is what they look like. Okay, and this is what a healthy lung looks like. Smoking is something we can prevent. Now, when people smoke, what happens is your lungs act as screens, and the air can flow in and out of it. Well, picture pouring syrup on that screen. Okay, now the oxygen and carbon dioxide in that exchange of gases doesn't work as well. Okay, so some unhealthy habits can be prevented in order to keep your body inside your body a lot healthier, just by making healthy choices, which we'll talk about what the difference is between a healthy choice and an unhealthy choice at a later time. Don't smoke. Bones. Very important. If you had lungs, you would understand. Okay. Now, when you put it all together, you have an organism. So cells make up tissues, tissues make up organs, organs make up organ systems, and organ systems all together make up an organism. All right? And that's anything that carries out the 6 characteristics of life. So say it with me again. You ready, Bones? Cells make up tissues. Tissues make up organs. Organs make up organ systems. Organ systems make up us, the organism.